we can go right ahead and talk about Jayson Tatum and his ridiculous contract that he just signed with the Boston Celtics. And given how, if you guys remember from last year, Jaylen Brown, he signed the biggest contract in basketball history, totaling to 5 years, 304 million. Well, Jayson Tatum is making 10 million more than Jaylen Brown now. He signed a 5-year, $314 million contract. You know, for not winning the Finals MVP or the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, this man is getting paid the big bucks. That is huge. That is a lot of money. And let's see. So, let's go ahead and break down every single starting five, like the Celtics starting five and their contracts. So we have Jayson Tatum, the 5-year, $314 million that I mentioned. Jaylen Brown's 5-year, $304 million that I mentioned. And Drew Holiday, he's getting paid $135 million for 4 years, right? And Derek White, he recently signed a 4-year, $126 million contract with the Celtics. And Kristaps, the big man, signed a 2-year, $60 million contract with the Boston Celtics. Now, obviously, that is a huge steal getting Kristaps for so little money compared to every other player. And the fact that they have him under contract for 2 more years is astonishing. Like, that is just incredibly lucky for the Boston Celtics. And I'm sure you guys saw the play on words that I did there. Lucky, the elf, or the, I don't know, what is it? Is it a leprechaun? My bad. I'm sorry if I called it an elf. You Celtics fans, do not get mad at me. Please. The leprechaun that's on the Celtics logo, his name is Lucky. And honestly, yes, they are lucky that they have Kristaps Porzingis for so cheap. And this starting five is worth to $939 million. So they're very, very close to being worth almost $1 billion. And like this, they're well into the second apron, and that luxury tax is hurting this team and like the owners of this team, I should say. So much so that the current ownership group is having talks of selling the team because they, quite frankly, don't really want to deal with all that luxury tax that they have to pay now that they're in the second apron. It is big money. It is a lot of money that they're signing with this starting five. And quite frankly, I'm very curious, after these 2 years are up with Kristaps' contract, I wonder if they're going to try and re-sign him or if they're going to try and extend him to $100 million. And if that were to happen, like, that is a lot of money. That is really, really close to $1 billion on just the starting five. And the fact that this stacked starting five, excuse me for messing up and stuttering over there, this starting five, the fact that it's this expensive, and the fact that they were able to win a championship with this starting lineup and with the rotations just goes to show how great of an organization the Boston Celtics are and how great their coaching is and how great their team is as well. Granted, a lot of these players, they've played several years with each other, and they already have the chemistry that they need, not to mention the fact that they still have, like, that all of these players in the starting five are just ridiculous, and they have a great bench on top of that. It's just like, this team is incredible. And I'm genuinely, like, shocked at how much money, like, because I did the math with all of this and I have it right over here. I'm genuinely shocked at how much money that these guys are spending on the Boston Celtics. And let me know in the comments if you guys think that they're going to end up winning another championship after this, or if this is going to be like the only time that they win given their history of messing up in the postseason. Because everyone was sort of clowning the Boston Celtics and their move to extend Jaylen Brown with so much money. But in the end, it ended up being worth it because they ended up winning the championship. So you guys let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys think that they have another chance of winning the title, or do you guys think that they are going to be done? And this was the only title that they were going to win in recent history. Now, if this is the only title that they win, do you guys think that this would be considered a failure or a whoop? Wait a second. Okay. Well, so there's Adrian Woj just tweeted something out, so I'm going to go ahead and go into a breaking news segment real quick because this literally just happened. So James Wiseman has agreed to a 2-year contract with the Indiana Pacers. Sources tell ESPN. So this is just, I mean, for the Pacers, it seems a little bit odd. I mean, I know that this is the Warriors. This is the Warriors' downfall. I used to pray for times like this. Like, this was just amazing. Like, the Warriors' downfall, it finally happens. Shout out to Meek Mill, by the way. And, like, I'm not a big fan of James Wiseman. I'm not going to lie to any of you guys. James Wiseman, in my opinion, is, like, I think he's lazy. I don't really, especially with the rising of Jonathan Kuminga and with how good he is for the Warriors, I think James Wiseman is one of the worst top picks in recent history. For being a number 2 pick, you rarely hear much about him in the NBA. And him signing with the Indiana Pacers, I mean, I wonder if Tyrese Halliburton and all of those players on the team are going to be able to elevate his game in certain situations. But really, I'm not a really big fan of him. Now, I'm going to see if Woj, I'm going to open up this tweet right here, and I'm going to see if they have any deals on exactly how much money they're going to pay him. No. They only say that it is a 2-year contract. The details of this contract are still to be disclosed. So, overall, I think the Warriors are incredibly happy that they're getting rid of this player, and I think the Warriors fans are going to sleep very well tonight. Well, actually, no, they won't, because they lost Klay Thompson, so that's unfortunate for them. But aside from that, speaking of Klay Thompson, I completely forgot to mention that they were going to they were planning on retiring his number for the Golden State Warriors, so I guess that's enough respect for the Warriors. But again, I really expected them to give him some money. But similar to how the Boston Celtics are giving Jayson Tatum all of this money. But that's besides the point. So that is all that I have on this second segment. That's all the time that I have, unfortunately, as it is. And, I mean, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this deal. I say we let the Boston Celtics cook, and I hope that there is some team in the Eastern Conference that can beat them, but given how I'm not going to really bash any of the contract deals that the Celtics do, because they've shown that when they went all in, when they go all in on one of those players, they deliver. So it's like, can't really argue against that. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and go into the third segment, which is going to be about DeMar DeRozan and the possibility of him joining the Lakers right after this short break. So be sure to stay tuned.
Looking for your daily fix of sports talk without having to pay for it? GSMC Sports Network is available on YouTube. Just search GSMC Sports Network. Get your fix of daily sports talk shows on YouTube, absolutely free. NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, MMA, UFC, fantasy football, and so much more. GSMC Sports Network has shows running all day long, with new sports shows starting every 2 hours. Just like on your favorite cable sports channel, except GSMC Sports Network is absolutely free. Just search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube to catch one of your new favorite shows, like the GSMC College Football Podcast, Chip Shot Football Podcast, Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, GSMC Basketball Podcast, and so many more. Check it out for yourself. GSMC Sports Network, now available on YouTube absolutely free. Search GSMC Sports Network on YouTube right now.